Do you guys want to learn how to quickscope like this? Or maybe even like this. Be sure to watch this video all the way to the end, because in less than 5 minutes, I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to quickscope, and you guys are going to be out there killing it and impressing all your friends with some amazing shots. So off rip, we're going to have to start off with the class setup, and if you guys want to quickscope and you guys want to get some awesome shots, and you guys got to make sure you guys have a great, versatile sniping class setup. So off rip, man, we're going to be using an SPX 80 today. So we're going to hop right into the class setup. For the barrel, we're going to use that 16-inch barrel. If you guys want to tune it the same way that I tuned it, the tuning is on screen as well. As far as the laser, we're going to run the FSS OLE laser. As you guys can see, I'm putting the tuning on screen, so make sure you guys copy the tuning down. If you guys don't have the weapon maxed out, you guys can't tune it. So if you guys do have it maxed out, be sure to tune it. As far as the stock goes, we use the PVZ stock. Go ahead and throw that on, tuning on screen as well. As far as the grip goes, we use that Schlager match grip. Be sure to throw that on. And as far as the bolt, we run the FSS ST87 bolt. It pretty much lets you shoot your weapon a lot faster than normal, increases the rechamber speed, so you get that follow-up shot off as fast as possible. Also, if you guys do want to have more bullets, you guys can put on the 8-round magazine and just go ahead and take off that stock. If you did make it to this point in the video, please consider subscribing. So now we're going to get into the practice portion of the video. What you guys are going to do is you guys are going to head over to private match, select team deathmatch. You guys are going to have to wait for it to load up. I'm pretty much going to set you guys up so you guys can practice infinitely as much as you need to be able to get your shot on. And then after that, moving forward, I'm going to teach you guys some nice tips and tricks on how to do that a lot faster and how to be a lot more accurate with your shots. So go ahead and go into settings. You guys can set up whatever map you guys want to. Me personally, when I practice and warm up, I like to practice and warm up on shipment, but you guys can play whatever map you guys want to. Go over to the settings right here, what you guys are going to do for the time limit. You guys are going to put the time limit on as high as possible. And for the score, you're gonna do the same thing. You used to be able to just set it up so it's unlimited, but right now, you guys are gonna have to set it to 45 minutes and then 1,000 points. So you guys can go up to 1,000 kills before you guys have to reset. Most of the time, I don't do that. As far as the advanced settings go, you guys do not have to touch anything inside this tab. Player tab, you guys don't have to touch anything inside this tab at all either. You guys can head over to the team tab. What you guys are gonna do is you guys are gonna scroll down to where it says radar always on. You guys are gonna scroll it over to the side, turn it all the way over to either constant or directional. Either one matters. You guys can go back and forth, whatever you guys want to do, feel free to do that. And as far as gameplay goes, you guys don't have to change anything inside this tab, but if you guys want to, you guys can spawn additional mags so you guys have more ammo, so you guys can practice longer without having to worry about getting more ammo back. As far as the bots go, you guys are going to set it up to 6 bots. You guys are going to scroll down to bot settings and just put it on recruit. So you guys will have a lot more time to actually be able to line your shots up and practice like that. All right, so off rip, you guys want to work on your centering. So the first thing you guys want to work on is your centering. Centering is pretty much when you line up the little dot in the middle of your screen on the target before you start to aim down sight. You're not going to be fast at this at first or be able to do it perfectly every single time, but it's definitely something that you guys need to practice. Definitely going to help your shot out a lot more in the future. As you guys can see, like, it's not going to happen every single time that you aim down sight or like every single time you turn a corner, but you want to have it as close to them as possible. So off rip, I know it's a quick scope tutorial, but when you're sniping, don't be afraid to hard scope. I know people inside the lobby gonna be like, oh, hey, you hard scope, you're a pussy, da da. Don't be afraid to hard scope, man. So there's 2 different things you can do when you're sniping. Keep them inside your arsenal. You can quick scope, you can drag scope, and you can hard scope. Feel free to hard scope. When someone's far away, like, you don't have to quick scope them every single time. Like, they're gonna be playing on top of cover and stuff like that. So don't be afraid to hard scope them when they're playing on cover and stuff. So a quick scope is when you aim down sight, you get your shot off, boom, quick scope. That relies heavily on your centering. You wanna make sure when you're centering your shots, you try to get the little center dot as close as possible to them before you start to aim down sight. You don't have to do this every single time, but that definitely helps you become a better sniper overall when you work on your centering. Boom, see, the quick scopes. Next up, we got the drag scope. The drag scope is when you don't necessarily aim on them, but you drag to correct. So let's say I aim right here, I drag to recorrect my shot. So that's what a drag scope is. Like I said, when you guys are practicing, you guys want to try and practice all of these, not just one of them. So I do a lot of drag scoping a lot, but it's all situational. And the more you practice, the more you start to understand these situations. Next thing I want to talk about is understanding the weapon and your attachments. When you do create a class and you put different attachment and tuning, your aim down sight is going to be a little bit different. Like, there's going to be a different timing to it. So like, whatever weapon that you feel comfortable using, if it is like a SAB, LAB, SPX, whatever, you guys want to make sure you learn the timing to your aim down sight speed. Because every single weapon has a different aim down sight speed. If I switch over to this LAB 330, it's a lot slower. Like, this isn't my preferred class, but you can see it's a lot slower. And as far as timing goes, when you're aiming down sight, if you try and jump a corner and aim down sight, your aim down sight, like, as fast as you pull your weapon up, it's gonna be pretty much half as fast. But as you guys can see, like, I can't even, like, my gun's not getting up in the normal time that it would get up. So, normal. Jumping. So yeah, it's a lot harder to jump shot in this game than it is in other games because you pretty much get a crazy penalty when you're aiming down sight. So now I'm gonna pass the video over to my boy Grave. He's gonna give you guys some more tips and tricks when it comes to sniping and quickscoping. So yeah.
Hey, what's going on? It's boy Grave, and we're back with a brand new video. And this time I'm cameoing in Stax's video, the best quickscoping tips that we have for you, and I best believe nobody else got any tips that even come near what we got for you. I ain't even capping about that. The first tip that I have for you, you have to make sure that you hit your shots. The movement does not matter, I guarantee. Movement second, get your shot on first to be as accurate as possible. Make sure you have some accurate tuning settings on your class, because best believe you don't want to be just shooting and then your recoil go crazy. If you want to be a quickscoping god, fine, I guess. But like with these marksman rifles and everything like that in the game, you don't necessarily need the speed as much as you need the accuracy, you know what I'm saying? And I just hit the mic. Either way it goes, that's a tip. The second tip that I have for you is slow things down. Make sure that you know map awareness. Map awareness is a huge thing, because as slow as the snipers are with the sprint to fire speed in this game, you want to make sure you know your surroundings, because if you turn a corner and you jump the corner, like, you know, people are going to be there on shoot house. You already know that. Like, why you capping? You know that they're around that corner if you know maps. So that's my number 2 tip. Know the maps. And my third tip for this entire thing to wrap it around is to make sure that you memorize every quirk of every gun. Every gun has that little quirk in it where, you know, the ADS might not be as fast as the previous sniper, or maybe it's a lot slower and stronger and beefier. Like, for example, the Victus is way slower than the MK2, obviously, so you don't want to play with the MK2 like you're playing with a Victus. Like, you can't necessarily do that. Or I guess it'll be the other way around. Either way it goes, you know what I'm saying. But yeah, that's my third tips. I appreciate Stats for being in this video, and make sure that you copy and paste his brain of knowing how to quickscope in Modern Warfare 2.
So the last thing I want to talk about when it comes to sniping and quickscoping is your sensitivity. You guys want to make sure you guys have the right sensitivity for this. Your sensitivity is preference. Like, and a specific sensitivity is not going to turn you into a god. So if you guys don't like my sensitivity, try and find what works for you. All right, so as far as my sensitivity goes, man, I run 1816.6 ADS multiplier. You guys can pause the video and take these down. As far as the aim assist type, you guys want to make sure you guys run precision. Precision is the best aim assist type for sniping. Easy. And with that being said, if you guys enjoyed the video, make sure to nice little thumbs up. And all you guys do to this channel, make sure you guys subscribe. Then we're Stacks with King Stacks, and